The places. Hello, Erica. How are you? Everyone say hi to me. You're welcome for answering your questions. Let me know if you have more. Thank you. I love this necklace. I got this necklace in, let's share this to the magical life. I got this necklace in Mexico when I was there, and it was like some ridiculous, it's $11.11 right now, by the way. It was some ridiculous price, like, okay, I posted it. Now let me back. Oh my gosh, what's happening? There we go. The necklace was like $20 or something. Isn't it amazing? I'm obsessed with it. I feel that I need to do a nude photo shoot with just this necklace on, I've decided. So pretty sure that's gonna happen later this month when Catherine Rollins and B, the beautiful B from B Shot This that does all my photos, they're going to be here later this month. We will be doing photo shoots. It's going to be amazing. Hi, hi, hi. Everyone say hi to me as you're hopping on so I know who's here. Listen, I totally felt that Facebook was cock blocking me on my business page, and so I have decided to go live from my personal page, and we're gonna share it to my business page because I do not appreciate being censored, right? Yeah, it would be great with body paint. The necklace is ridiculous, and seriously, it was like $20. Yanaso, you can totally borrow it next time I see you because I think it will look equally as fabulous on me, and it has multiple toggles in the back, and it will hang perfectly in your cleavage and your man cleavage. So that's actually true. That is actually true. Hi, 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 hi to everyone that is joining, and hi to everyone on Instagram. Yes, this dress is black, and it's actually pants. It's a jumpsuit, if you will. Yeah, we're not down with censoring though. We're gonna tell you that right now. Don't appreciate it, Facebook. Okay, I'm not gonna start a watch party. Nobody be afraid that you're gonna have to see my videos 20 million times in your feed. I still don't fully understand what this watch party nonsense is. Yes, Leah does have it in purple. She bought it in purple when she was here visiting me. Okay, what's happening here? My computer's not connected to the internet properly. Gonna need to get it switched over so we can share this live stream to the places. The linen one from the first journaling course. No, this one's not that one. It looks identical, but it's different. This one actually is much better because it doesn't make me sweat. The linen one makes me sweat for some reason. I don't know, I don't like that one. I have two. They have this in navy. I don't have it in navy. I liked it in black. So we have a lot of amazing things to talk about today. Hi, 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 everyone on Instagram. Tell me your name and where you're watching from, especially if you're, thank you, Kylie, especially if you're watching for the first time. I'd love to know who you are and where you are in the world. We have a lot of amazing things to talk about today. So today's episode of Wealth Alchemy is going to be all about integrity, programming, and greed. And then we're also going to be answering some Q&A. So if you have a question that you haven't sent me, be thinking about it, and at some point in the live stream, we will be answering Q&As. I know, yes, I did hear about Luke Perry, and I was devastated. You know, it's funny because how I heard about it was I read Katrina Ruth's post, and she was like, he was the first guy that I was like, actually, like, absolutely the first star I was obsessed with. And I was like, me too. Oh my God, I loved Dylan McKay. Like, loved Dylan McKay. I'm so sad. Luke Perry died from complications from a massive stroke. So sad. Beverly Hills 90210 was my jam. Oh my goodness. Hi from Toronto, Canada. Hi. Yeah, it was really sad. Super sad. Super sadness. I was in love with Dylan McKay, and I wanted him to be my boyfriend for sure. That was true. Okay. Why is the internet forsaking me? is what we really want to know in the world. Maybe we'll just disconnect from my VPN and then it will work. Lubbock, Texas, hello. Everett, Washington, hey Mel, hey Canada, Crystal Natures. You guys aren't telling me your first names though, so I can't say hello to you. Couple people in Toronto, Pennsylvania. Yay, awesome. We already talked about the necklace, Jamie. You're gonna have to go back and watch the replay if you wanna know about that. Okay, now Facebook's not letting me share my live stream, so, you know. Just trying to share it over. Jody from Pennsylvania, hello. Did we both end up with partners older than us because of our love for Luke? Hi, Soraya. No. Okay, everyone, the woman that I was talking about on yesterday's live stream that is Mrs. Salt Lake City, that's her right there, Soraya. Everyone send her all the good juju for her competition that's happening on the 15th. She's going to be the next Mrs. Utah, so that's happening. Ew, there's that damn spider again. It keeps wanting to crawl on me. No, no, no. All right. Well, you are. It's the only acceptable result from the Mrs. Utah pageant is that Soraya Garfield is Mrs. Utah at the end of the pageant. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need everyone to send her all the magic and all the juju and all the good vibes because she's going to win, and that's it. It's been said. We have decided it. Abracadabra. So it is, and that's it. Okay. Should we talk about the things now? I'm just trying to get the effing internet to work. I don't know why I'm censoring my mouth. Because I'm being censored. I'm being censored, and so now I'm censoring my mouth. It's completely throwing me off. I'm just trying to share this live stream to my business page. It's not allowing me to do so. It's making me angry. Everyone's sending Soraya good vibes because she's gonna be Mrs. Utah. Okay, listen, I'm logged into the right internet. What is actually happening here? Don't censor, just be you. I'm not actually trying to censor. For whatever reason, the word fuck just wasn't coming out of my mouth, which is really unusual, to be honest. Okay, listen, I think it's happening right now. And as soon as we get this shared, we're gonna talk about the things we're talking about on episode 3 of Wealth Alchemy. We are talking about integrity, programming, and greed. And we're gonna answer some Q&A along the way. So if you've got your Q&A, remember it. Don't put it in the comments yet. I'm gonna ask for them in a little bit, and then you can, okay. They're all on my business page, so you'll be able to go there and find them all on my business page. And we will most likely also be uploading these to the membership site on my website. And just so you know, if you haven't already gone and registered for a free account, these will be in the free account section of my website. If you haven't registered for the free account, go to my website at www.theleahsteele.com and register for the free membership account so that you can get access to all the special deals, and there's content there that's not posted anywhere else. It's good. You should do it. Do the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing. Yes, and we have Lakshmi back here with us, still giving us blessings during the Wealth Alchemy episode. Goddess Lakshmi, right back there, present and accounted for. What's not present and accounted for is water. I don't have any water, which I would really like to have right now. Okay, so I think we've had enough shenanigans. We've talked about the things. We've wished Soraya well on her Mrs. Utah pageant that she's going to win, and that's it. She's definitely going to be wearing the gold and white dress, I think. We will see. We will see if I win. If I win the choice and the decision on the dress. She's keeping it a secret so far, I think. I really feel like I should be in the know, though. I don't think it should be kept a secret from me. So, Soraya, I'm going to need you to message me and tell me which dress you're wearing. so I can talk you out of the green one if you've decided on the green one. Everyone tell Soraya that she should also wear the gold and white dress for the pageant, because she looks amazing. If you have no idea who I'm talking about, go to Facebook and follow Soraya Garfield. That's it. I think that's all that needs to be said on this. Yes, I am taking her through Spiral. Level 5 expression. This is why she's gonna win, right? She's literally doing level 5 of the Spiral, which is expression and stepping into the most authentic expression of you and the throat chakra. She's gonna like crush her interview. There's no way she can't win because she's doing level 5 of the Spiral right before the pageant. I mean, come on. So that's happening. All right, hello Emma on Instagram. Okay, so let's dive in, shall we? I'm not loving the camera angle on Instagram, and I'm not gonna lie, so we're gonna do something about that really quickly. Uh-oh, and then I don't know why it's trying to show you my, there we go. Okay, that's better. And Sarah does have level 5. Hey, Gianna. Hey, Mallory. All right, let's talk about the things, shall we? Let's talk about the things. So, what should we talk about first? We're gonna talk about greed first, because I think that it was part of some of the Q&A questions that came up. So I'm gonna actually answer that question and talk about greed sort of all at the same time. Yes, you missed the shenanigans. You'll have to go back. They were quite good. Okay, and I really feel like I want to read this comment or this question. Okay, so this was sent to me via private message after yesterday's. I didn't invite you this time, Mallory. Sorry, I was being censored by Facebook and I was trying to get this shared to my business page. It was being quite difficult. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys really quickly though. So, hey, Wine Goddess from California. It is Silent Day in Bali, and this is good, Mallory, because I needed to message you about this anyway. So now I'll just tell you on the live stream. It is Silent Day in Bali on Thursday, which means the entire island is quiet. The airport shuts down. There is no internet. There is no phone. You cannot turn on any lights. And you have to be completely silent. So all day Thursday is Silent Day. From 6 a.m. Thursday till 6 a.m. Friday is Silent Day. It is a national holiday here. And so Bali is completely ridiculously crazy right now. Traffic is insane. I actually have to go get my nails done after this, and it's probably gonna take me an hour to get to my nail place, which normally takes me like 15 minutes. So Thursday, I will have no communication. So nobody will be hearing from me at all. There will be no live stream on Thursday. My Thursday, it's my Tuesday today. And literally the whole entire island is preparing for this right now. And there have been ceremonies every single day. So if you followed my Insta stories yesterday, you saw me filming the traffic and some of the ceremony. But it's literally, I'm so excited for it because literally the entire day I'm just gonna read, meditate, and journal. No internet, no phones. You're supposed to be quiet. We'll see how that goes with Jack. You're not supposed to actually do anything with electronics, but we have a 4-year-old, so that's not really gonna work. But I'm going to journal and meditate and Joe Dispenza probably like 3 times that day. It's gonna be amazing. So this is our first time experiencing it. We were actually gonna go away and then we decided against that. We decided to stay and experience it. So we're super excited about it. But now they're gonna start hammering in the background as they do in Bali when I'm getting ready to get to my message. They feel that they need to just go all in on the construction. So that's what's happening in Bali right now. I'll probably do some more Insta stories on this later as I go to get my nails done later this afternoon. Okay, so I'm gonna read the question and we're gonna talk about greed. So she says, follow-up question for future Wealth Alchemy Live. How is it that we can help more people with more money? I mean, in theory, we could do the exact same amount of sessions, etc., with less money, or heck for free, even for free, it somehow feels like the extra money is only benefiting us, letting us live a more luxurious lifestyle, etc. I can't seem to get past that it mostly feels selfish to want more money. Okay, so this is something I think that a lot of us, well, and I'm going to be completely honest on this. This is something that I have not struggled with personally. But I think a lot of people do struggle with this. I think that I don't struggle with it, and I haven't struggled with it because I truly believe that I came to this planet to help shift this type of consciousness. So when I say, when I make more money, I can help more people, here is exactly what I mean by that. And I think it's important for me to clarify that first. So when I say that by making more money, I can help more people, this is what I mean. One, literally, the more money I make, the more people I can help, because the more money I can donate to charities that are doing good in the world. So that is just the most kind of cut and dry explanation of that. The more money I make, the more money I give to charity. And as a rule, in my family, we give 10% of all the money that comes in to charity, of our choice, of our choosing, right? So the more money I make, the more people I help financially, just pure finances. Yes, Nicole has a good point. Also employees. So the more money I'm making, the bigger my business grows, the more people I'm employing. And so, yes, I'm impacting people in that way, and I'm impacting their family in that way. My necklace, I know, it's so good. And it's perfect for the Wealth Alchemy episode, right? Because it just looks so rich. And it was literally $20. So sometimes things are amazingly rich and luxurious, and they're not super financially expensive. But there's tremendous value in this necklace that is far and above beyond what I paid for it. And some woman made it by hand, and she was amazing, and I loved her. So, how else do I help? What else do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is that the bigger my business gets, the larger it grows, i.e. the more money I'm making, right? Because the bigger my business gets, the more it grows, the more money I'm making, the larger my reach, right? So just by nature of what I do, if my business is expanding and growing, it means I'm reaching more people. It means my message is getting to more people, i.e. I'm helping and impacting more people. So the more money I make, the more people I impact, simply by nature of me growing this business, right? So that's me in the online space. You have to look at your individual situation based upon what it is that you do, right? What is your purpose? How are you stepping out into sharing your gift with the world that you are meant to share? I have yet to find a situation where more money doesn't equal being able to help more, being able to reach more, being able to impact more. So for me, I truly feel to reach millions of people, I need to be making millions of dollars. So that answers that. The greed thing is programmed into us. And so this kind of leads into the next topic of programming. But I'm going to answer these questions. I'm going to look back at these questions really quick and answer these questions. Awesome, Lori. So the idea of greed, the idea that we are greedy for wanting something that we desire, has been programmed and conditioned into us since we were children. It is dogma. It is something that has been put in place to control us, to keep us playing small, to keep us in our places, to keep well, in some countries it's very, very outward, the class and the caste system. It's very outward, right? The different classes, there's a ruling class, there's, an upper class. In other parts of the world, it's more subtle, but it still exists, right? And so this idea of greed gets programmed into us to keep us small, to keep us from achieving higher status, right? To moving up classes. We keep the lower class people in the lower classes so that the people in the upper classes can continue to make all the money. And so this is really that piece that like I really that I know that I am here for, that I really desire to share, is that you don't have to stay put. You don't have to stay in your place. You don't have to stay in your class. When we start to look at this emotional conditioning and this programming and realizing that it's not true, that it's a man-made construct, and that it actually doesn't have power over us, then we are able to shift. And greed is part of this programming. You're greedy if you want. You're greedy if you desire more than you have. Because if we can keep you in an internal moral struggle around money and finances, then you're not going to reach for more. You're not going to take your power back. You're not going to realize that the entire system is just a bunch of bullshit designed to keep you small, right? So yes, do many people feel like desiring things and wanting things is greedy? Yes, because you've been programmed and conditioned to believe that from a very young age. So how do we opt out of that? Well, it's a choice, right? It's a choice, and we need tools to break apart that conditioning and that programming. But a big part of it is education and just realizing that really, truly, this programming has been created to control you. Because the truth is that money is a neutral resource. The truth is that money is an ally. The truth is that money actually is there to help support you to achieve anything that your heart desires, anything that you can conceive of. That is the truth. The truth is not that you are greedy for wanting something. But if you think about it, it's like the programming exists that the moral struggle that they create with the word greed, for example, right, is that I'm a bad person if I want. I'm a bad person if I try to achieve above what was meant for me or what was destined for me. And that's bullshit, because the truth is that you can create the life that you deeply desire. The systemic racism that exists in the United States, the institutional racism that exists in the United States, it all exists for a reason. It exists to keep people in their place. And how they do that largely is through money. It's finances, right? It's you're greedy if you want more. Rich people are bad people. Rich people are greedy, right? They're selfish. They don't look out for other people. They only look out for themselves. Money is the root of all evil. I mean, that in and of itself, right? Yeah, well, essentially, not only have they weaponized that word, they've weaponized money. So our emotional conditioning and our programming around, there's just like a fuck ton of spiders out here today. Our emotional conditioning and our programming around money has been weaponized, right? Because it is meant to keep us small. It is meant to keep the power of money in the hands of the wealthy. And the truth is that they know a lot of things and secrets that we do not as normal, average citizens of the world, right? But the truth is that it's all a facade. It's all smoke and mirrors. So at the end of the day, you truly can step in and take your power back, especially when it comes to money and finances. Yeah, tall poppy syndrome in Australia, exactly. So we create things like crab bucket mentality. And I'm not even going to say the patriarchy, because I believe it's been going on like so much longer than that, right? It's like, it literally is, the wealthy people control the money, and they have a different mindset than the lower classes of people. And that's just it, right? They believe that it's easy to make money. They believe that they can have anything that they desire. They believe that it's easy to make money and money will always come to them. And so it does, right? Because then we move into universal law. If I believe that I can have the thing, I can. If my belief and my intention is strong enough, the universe, and I act as if I already have that thing, and I show up as that person today, right now, in this moment, and in every moment going forward, the universe actually has no choice but to respond and deliver that thing to me. And so I was having a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday that was really awesome and amazing. Hi, everyone that's just joining right now. I want to tell this story because I think it's like so fitting, but I do want to look back on this. What about saving money? I've been thinking about money flowing, but I can't. If I keep it, it doesn't flow. Can't change that thought. What do I do? That's a good question. I'm going to write it down. Saving doesn't flow. Yeah, this is just a mindset thing. We can definitely talk about that. So I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday, and we were talking about, he's an actor, and we were talking about another actor who is like, and this friend of mine obviously does a fair amount of self-development. We were talking about another actor that he was like, this guy doesn't do any self-development, and he's got this, and he's doing this, and he's super successful in this way. And I was like, yeah, because his fucking inner game is on point. His mindset game is on point. At some point, someone in his life told him, you're amazing, you're gonna be a star, you can have whatever you want. You know, maybe it was something having to do with money, but at some point somebody told this, most likely when he was a little boy, someone told him something that anchored so deeply into him that he was like, of course, that's what I'm gonna have, right? Because this other man didn't come from money, didn't come from a wealthy family, but something was anchored into him so strongly, and that he attached himself emotionally to that thing, and there's no other option but for him to be successful. There's no other option but for him to be wildly successful and make all the money that he desires, because he's just like, yeah, of course that's what's gonna happen, right? And so when we go in and we begin to do this work, like we begin to experience wealth alchemy, and we begin to deprogram our conditioning in our minds, and we begin to clear our conditioning through different tools that we have, and we begin to shift our mindset, we leave all of that old stuff behind. We leave all of that old patterning behind, and we call in new patterning, and we call in new beliefs, and we do everything in our power to show up as that new version of ourselves. Because in that, in the full belief, in the full intention, in the showing up as that person right now, today, and for every day forward, that is actually how we call that thing into being. Because in that space, if I am showing up as that person every second of every day, the universe has no choice but to respond and actually deliver that thing, and deliver that thing really, really quickly, in fact, if I am in full belief that that is what my reality and what my existence is. So yeah, it is all about a calling in. If I'm like, I just make this amount of money and that's all there is, like, there's no other option but for that to happen, then there's no other option but for that to happen. And, you know, yes, it sounds very easy to just say that, and it does require us really getting energetically behind those statements and behind those feelings, and, you know, fully backing ourselves in our intention and in our belief. And that's the inner work, right? That's the mastering the inner game. But the truth is that in an instant, you can fully buy into whatever it is that you desire. You can fully buy into that you deserve to have that thing that you deeply desire. And the second you are fully all the way in is when that thing comes to manifest. Because that's what happens. I mean, that's when you see celebrities and you see stars and you see them achieving things that just do not seem possible for them to have achieved, especially in like short time frames. It's this. They are all in. There is no other fucking option but for them to be wildly successful, but for them to get that Oscar, but for them to make that $10 million, but for them to sign that deal with the car company, but for them to, you know, whatever it is that they desire. It's like they just know. They're like, oh, of course I'm gonna make that happen. That's what it is, right? Yeah, I mean, Jim Carrey's another like perfect example of this, but Bradley Cooper, absolutely. Okay, so this is the part that's really difficult though, because the programming is so intense and the programming is so strong. And we've literally been being programmed since the second we took breath coming to this planet, that it's really difficult to break it apart. It's really difficult to it's difficult to deprogram, right? So thankfully we have emotional conditioning tools. Thankfully, you know, we have mindset work. Thankfully we have the ability to visit parallel realms and visit the 5D. And so this is all of this is what my program Ouroboros is about. Like, and I keep telling people that are messaging me asking to sign up, I'm like, listen, this program is not for everyone. This program is going to be painful. This program is going to be difficult. This program is going to make you question every single thing you've ever believed about money, about finances, about acquiring and accumulating wealth, about what you are capable of, about how your parents and grandparents and their parents and their parents and their parents and their parents have passed this bullshit legacy along to all of us that we've all bought hook, line, and sinker because it's literally been programmed into us. And that's going to be uncomfortable. And that's why this program is not for everyone. And I'm like doing a lot of warning before I even like, I'm letting people commit, because I'm like, you gotta know if you're coming into this 12 weeks with me that like, you're gonna suffer a little bit and it's gonna be fucking hard. And you're gonna feel like your brain is breaking apart and that the entire foundation that you've built your life upon is a lie. Like, it's gonna be a bit like taking the pill and going into the matrix, right? So that's what's happening in Ouroboros. And if you're like, fuck yes, that's exactly what I need, then message me and I'm happy to send you some information on it. Okay, so greed, we talked about greed. So yes, I believe that greed is a bunch of bullshit. I believe that you should have no internal moral struggle around making more money than other people or having more money than other people. I truly believe that you should step into your divine right on this planet, which is to be wealthy if you desire, which is to have unlimited financial resources if you desire. So that's how I feel about greed. Hopefully that answered that question. Another question that was asked of me, I'm gonna hold on, I'm gonna go, yes, Ouroboros, quantum wealth repatterning. Okay, let's check the comments over here. I feel sick knowing I've continued on this programming in my step parenting. Thankfully, our son is his own person. Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing. It's like part of the big thing about, for me, I think really needing to step into this and really beginning this like deprogramming process and like breaking apart these beliefs is that we are responsible. We are responsible for the next generation. Those of us that are parents or even aunts or uncles, or we all have children in our lives, right? We are responsible for the next generation. We are responsible to not continue this programming. Pain is the new coddle. Apparently my eyes are two different colors. Stranger things have happened. Maybe I'm pulling in another version of me in a parallel universe right now. It could be happening. It's probably happening, in fact. The necklace is tits. We talked about it on the beginning of the live stream. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So I was asked, do I have spells or rituals besides journaling, which is what I'm always talking about, spells or rituals around money? Yes, absolutely, I do. I have my own ritual that I go through regarding money. So, and I'll just tell you a couple of things that I do. And definitely, like, if you are interested in more of this type of information, my Mastering Your Spiritual Money Game course that's coming out in a few days. I may even like release it in the next few days. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Is going to be a lot of this stuff. So one ritual that I have is tracking my money. And so I'm always going to track my money, knowing what comes in, what came in last week, what's projected to come in this week, being really on top of knowing where my money is, being a good custodian of money. We talked yesterday on the live stream about money leaks. That's another ritual that I go through once a quarter. I talked about that. So for me, spell and ritual doesn't have to be particularly ceremonial. Like, I am not particularly ceremonial in my practice. And so as a result, my practices tend to be more like habitual ritual practices. So you will always find citrine around me, because another question was like essential oils or stones. I don't really use essential oils for wealth manifestation or creation, but you will always find me wearing crystals that enhance money attraction and abundance and manifestation and mindset clarity and enhancement. Herkimer diamonds I wear all the time. Citrine you can find me wearing frequently. Malachite. What else? I mean, I have a lot of citrine around me at all times, right? I have, like, this Lakshmi statue is in my house, and we make offerings to her. Yeah, emerald. I have an emerald ring that I wear frequently. I don't have a lot of adventuring. I just don't care for it that much. So, yeah, I think it's awesome. Herkimer diamonds are a double tourmalated crystal that are found in Herkimer, New York, that are like, we call them crackemers because they just like literally like enhance the power of any other stone you're wearing by like 10. You'll have to look it up. So, hey, anyone that's just joining on Instagram. Okay, so that's the crystals. What other rituals do I do? We talked about the money leaks thing. Oh, so I always am, like, when it comes to, like, I'm a little bit, like, OCD about how I keep my money. So my bills always are facing the same way in my wallet. Like, I keep them in like a really orderly fashion. Oh, another thing I do, like, always, I have a jade, a Chinese jade coin in my wallet that never leaves my wallet. So I have that. That helps with money manifestation. I do money honey jars, calling in set amounts of money. If you're in my journaling, my first journaling Like a Boss Witch course, you will have received the money honey jar spell and the supply list. So you can definitely check that out. What else do I do? Money manifestation and ritual. But journaling's my big thing, right? You guys all know that. Creation journaling. I create the life that I deeply desire. I call that in I call in money and wealth through journaling. I think, yeah, Kieran just posted it. Herkimers. What coins? Well, we haven't been doing it here actually in Bali, so we need to probably go figure out what coins, but we have gold, like the gold dollars from the United States are my favorite to use in ritual. So, and I actually do have quite a few of those here still that we're using in ritual. Okay, let's see, what other questions do we have? Oh, I want to talk about the saving thing, the mindset thing around saving and flow and mindset. So yeah, we answered all of those. We still need to talk about integrity. So we will get to that, integrity in communication with self, right? But let's answer this question about saving and flow and So the question was, when you get to the place where you believe that there is an energetic flow to sending your money out into the world and it coming back to you. I was actually journaling about this morning. So one of the things that I frequently journal on is that, or what I'm currently journaling on, I'll just tell you what I actually wrote this morning, but it's about every time I spend money, it comes back to me. So this morning I was journaling on that anytime I travel in luxury, so anytime I buy business or first class airline tickets, anytime I stay in luxury hotels, anytime I indulge in luxury travel, it comes back to me. That money that I spend comes back to me times 10. That is my belief. That is absolutely what I believe, and that is absolutely what comes to be, right? So I journal on that a lot. Like once a week, I'm going to be riffing in my journal about that. And then I also journal on that any money that I spend comes back to me times 5. So every time I spend a penny, it comes back to me times 5, and that's just it. Like, that's just the belief. That's just what it is. It's like abracadabra. I desire it, so it is, and that's it, right? Why is my computer getting so hot? That's weird. So this is a mindset, right? Like when we believe that we circulate our money out into the world, we believe that it comes back. So yeah, and if you guys have questions, now's the time. So post your comments and post any questions that you want me to answer in the comment section, either on Instagram or on Facebook, and I will answer. So, what was I just gonna say? Now I lost my train of thought. It happened. Now it's happened the one time, and it won't have to happen again on the live stream. Oh, so it's a mindset, right? And it is a piece that we have to master, the belief and the trust that when we send and circulate the money out into the world, that it comes back to us. So here's the catch-22. Well, you master that belief and mindset, and you're all in on that, and you buy all in on that. You buy all in on that. And then all of a sudden you're like, when you start saving, you stop the flow of money because now you're holding on to the money, right? And now it feels like you're being restrictive and it feels like you're holding on. So here's what I'm going to tell you. For a long time, I gave no fucks about savings. I really didn't care. Like, I wasn't interested in savings. I wanted to just live the life that I wanted to live. I wanted to be able to just spend money the way I wanted to spend it. And I wasn't concerned at all about having savings or having a set amount of money set aside. And I had been that way the majority of my life, and in the process, right, was really, really switching my mindset to this idea of the more I put my money out, the more it comes back to me. The more I put my money out, the more it comes back to me. And so then I got to a place where I was like, that's not feeling good to me. And I was continuing to spend all my money. No matter how much I was earning, I was spending all my money. And at the end of the month, I would still, it wasn't like I would be. So I went from, my old life was there was always just enough. So I would get all the way down to zero. Like I would just have zero at the end of the month and that was it, right? No matter how much money I was bringing in. And so I went from that to continuing to having money in a continual flow, but it was like it would come in and it would go out, and then more would come in and that would go out, then more would come in and that would go out. And so the principle of every time I put out X comes back was definitely working. I just was like putting way more money out and way more money out and way more money out. Well, then I decided, I was like, okay, nope, that doesn't work for me anymore. I want 10,000 in savings. And then we had 10,000 in savings, like right after that. And I was like, okay, that's good. And then I didn't really fucking care. I was like, we've got the 10,000 and then like, I feel good about that and it's no big deal. Well, in January, we had a ton of unexpected expenses come up, and like I made more money than we ever had, and we spent more money than we ever had, and we had all these weird expenses came up, and it zeroed out our $10,000. And I was like, at that point I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work for me. And so now I'm like, look, it's just 20,000. Like now we're just gonna have 20,000 in savings and that's it. Like it's just gonna be 20,000. And at the same time, I have decided that by the end of 2019, I want $100,000 in each of my accounts, period. Like, so I am working towards a savings goal now, but not because I feel I have to, because I want to, and energetically That's what's feeling good to me. So it's just a choice. And me putting that money in savings does not mean that the money doesn't continue, that the money that I'm spending doesn't continue to flow. It's a choice and it's a mindset, right? The savings is something separate. It's over here, and then the money flow is over here, right? I have this money in savings simply because I desire it. I want that money in savings, and so it's going into savings, and that's it. Like, that has nothing to do with the flow of my other money. And that's a choice, right? Savings is one thing, flow of money is another. And in this flow of money over here, where it's coming in and it's going out, and it's coming in and it's going out, I get to stay in that state of, in that belief and in that flow, and at the same time get to put money over here. It's a choice. So you may actually shift your mindset to, every time I put money here, more money comes to me, right? Every time I invest in myself or I spend on myself, which is in essence putting money towards my future or towards my safety in my savings account, every time I put money there, more money comes to me. I mean, that's great. Like, I actually love that. So I'm going to start journaling about that. I'm going to write it down right now. Every time I put money in savings, 5 times that money comes to me, right? It's fucking good. Everybody should write that down. Everyone should write that down and journal on that once a week. Every time I put money into savings, 5 times comes back to me. So that's happening. So we just decided that, right? We all just decided that every time we put money into savings, 5 times that amount comes to us. And if you don't fully buy into it, keep writing it until you do, right? The power of repetition. You program your subconscious mind to believe through the power of repetition. Okay, so I actually talked about earlier my stance on charity and giving, but I will talk about it again because I think it's really important. We give 10% of all the money that we make to charity of our choice, and sometimes it's more than that. But that's our kind of our rule of thumb. Like, we give to causes, we give to people, we give to things that we care about, that we want to make a difference, where we want to make a difference. So that's my thoughts on charity. Okay, I'm checking over here to see if there's any questions on Instagram. Doesn't look like it. If anyone watching on Instagram has questions, now is the time to pop them in there. Yeah, it's getting hot because it's a Mac and it's just lame sauce. Do you listen to the amazing woman from Oprah, whom I can't remember her name? She has some great lessons on being a good custodian. I don't know. I have my kind of go-to wealth consciousness people, and I usually don't find them on Oprah, but I would be interested to know who she is. Mostly I'm my own wealth consciousness person now, because I literally just sit and fucking riff and write and journal on wealth stuff all the time. And it's like, it just comes and it's like downloaded from source. And it's like, yeah, it's this, it's this, it's this. This whole thing around the programming, the societal programming around wealth and money, like, this is my new jam. Like, this is what you're going to hear me talking about tons and tons and tons and tons. And what I really desire is to help people like completely deprogram themselves from that so that they can go out and make money easily and effortlessly. Because that's our birthright. Wealth is our birthright. That's what, it is. What's a good journal topic for tonight? Okay, hold on. We'll answer that. Has to do with mindset. I've just remembered my family saved for hard times. That was, I guess, the way I learned. Well, that's a mindset too, right? It's like, for me, I don't want to save for hard times, because in my mind, I'm like, save for hard times means I'm going to have hard times. I'm like, no, I want to save because I desire it. I want to save because I want to see that number in the bank account, or I want to save because because I just want it, and that's it, right? And yes, it's there in case anything happens, but I'm not saving for that purpose, because to me, in saving for that purpose, I'm sending the signal to the universe that I want that purpose to happen, right? Because like doing something for an intention, well, the intention's going to come to be. No, I'm saving because I desire to have that money in savings, and that's it. Suze Orman. Okay, so yeah, years ago, listen to Suze Orman. Like, oh my gosh, probably like 2010, 2008. Yeah, really old school thinking. You know, for me, I'm not really interested in anything unless it's like gives me the power back, because the truth is that we all have the power inside of ourselves, right? And I know it to be true that money is an inner game, and that's it. It is an inner game, pure and simple. And so I don't buy into the principles of you have to do X, Y, and Z with your money, or you have to do X, Y, and Z with your finances to be financially successful. I think it's bullshit. So I just know it's an inner game. It's a tweak in here. It's a decision in here. It's a choice in here. Okay. A good journal topic for tonight. Okay. Well, what do you decide to be true in your life right now when it comes to your finances? That's what I would journal on. Like, what do you choose to claim in your life right now? What do you decide is your truth in your life regarding your finances? And that's it. Like, what is now true to you from this moment on? Okay, I'll write it on Facebook. Somebody type it. Beth, will you type it into the comments on Instagram? Okay, let's see. We're gonna say, what do you now choose to be true for you regarding finances? What are you deciding as of right this moment is your current financial reality? Okay, that's going to be the prompt. What do you now choose to be true for you regarding your finances? What are you deciding as of right this moment? What are you deciding as of right this moment is your current financial reality? Fucking good. I need to put that in the journaling course. Just go pop that on over onto the journaling course prompts page, shall we? Okay. Creation journaling prompts. That was perfect. Okay, and then let's pin this on here. So Beth, if you can put that, just put the full journaling prompt, Beth, if you can type it into Instagram, the one that I just put on Facebook. What are the basic steps of journal manifesting? Decide what you want, journal unendingly about it. Those are the basic prompts. If you want more than the basic prompts, do my creation journaling course. It has just barely started, but you literally can start from day one and join the group. There are 5 modules already recorded, 2 more live ones happening over the next 90 days. Journal prompts every other day sent to your email inbox. Like all my foundational principles of journaling in my journaling course, the Boss Witch journaling course. Mallory, can you drop the comment on Facebook? If you can. Hopefully you can drop my comments on my pages. We should check that out and see. And then those of you that are watching from Instagram, just go to my website, www.theleahsteele.com, scroll down the homepage, and on the right, you'll see the box for more information on the Creation Journaling course. No, I do not want you to put it in the units for the journaling course. You didn't put all the, okay, we need to talk. You didn't put all those prompts in the unit section, right? They should just be going in a day at a time as they're being released. Let's talk about that offline. Okay. All the thinking about money, like those professionals advise us to, just makes money a stressful thing. Yep, fuck those professionals. And all the constraints around money. That's what I have to say. Oh, yeah, Nicole. Yeah, some of those principles, like, that probably came from her, right? That, like, storing my money thing probably actually came from her. And I do definitely have some very ritualistic things that I do. Okay. Do we have any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Or are we finished? Have we completed Wealth Alchemy, episode 3? This has been really good. I'm like really enjoying this. Please keep sending your questions. If you think of one after we get off the live stream, or if you're watching the replay and you have a question, send it to me in private message or direct message, because I'm gonna be answering questions every single day. Not Thursday, because it's gonna be silent day, but every day but Thursday. Okay, so I think that's it. Just know that if all of this money and wealth stuff is your jam, and you really, really, truly are tired of being where you are right now, if you are tired of your programming, if you are sick of your money story, if you know that the emotional conditioning has to go, and you are ready to fucking shift and change everything around money, wealth, and receiving, and you feel called to Ouroboros, my quantum wealth repatterning program, message me. I will say that the first 5 people that sign up, and there are a couple of spots left, we have had some people sign up in the last couple of days, but the first 5 people that sign up are getting something, an extra special gift from me that is one of a kind, that you will not be able to get anywhere else in the world. And I'm not telling what it is. I will tell what it is once the 5 people have signed up. But if you know me, you know that I have all kinds of amazing collaborations and things with, I have a jewelry line collaboration, I have a skincare line, and I love adding value. And so those people are definitely getting some supercharged money and wealth manifestation goods from me. The first 5 people that sign up. The first 10 people that sign up are getting not only Ouroboros, but they're getting my Mastering Your Spiritual Money Game course as well, which we'll be talking more about here shortly, as I am getting ready to launch that program. So private message me if you know that you are ready to change everything about your money and wealth story. Instagram's getting ready to cut me off, which must mean that we are close to the hour mark. I love you all. Have an amazing day, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world as you are watching this live stream or you are watching the replay. Please ask me any questions that you have. Best to probably DM me or private message me with them. Mwah! Farewell.